Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving straight into a fundamental shift in how we approach business interactions today. We're looking at the concept of sales calls, not as those traditional high-pressure pitches, but as structured, educational experiences. We're going to explore how transforming your client meetings into actual teaching sessions can fundamentally alter your results. Here is our agenda for this Explainer. First, teaching client meetings. Second, the discovery call. Third, the art of negotiation. And finally, closing the deal. So let's establish a baseline mental map right out of the gate. The entire life cycle of a sales interaction boils down to three distinct sequential steps. Step 1, discovery. Step 2, negotiation. And step 3, closing. This chronological flow is literally your foundation. If you try to jump straight to closing before completing a proper discovery, the whole foundation just crumbles. All right, Section 1, Teaching Client Meetings, the pedagogical foundation of sales. Teach client meetings. Listen, mastering sales isn't about mastering manipulation. It's actually about becoming a highly effective educator. You are a guide, structuring a curriculum for your prospect. Instead of just showing up to recite a boring list of product features, your goal is to actively lead the client through a structured process of understanding. You are trying to create real aha moments, completely shifting the dynamic from a transactional pitch to a collaborative learning session. Let's move on to Section 2, the discovery call, Phase 1 of the deal lifecycle. The discovery call is the first core pillar in this framework. Think of it like the diagnostic test you take before the curriculum actually begins. You absolutely cannot effectively teach a student if you don't know their baseline knowledge, right? And you cannot guide a client if you haven't thoroughly assessed their current reality. This is exactly where you diagnose the specific problem your teaching will eventually solve. So, what exactly must we uncover during discovery? Well, if we are acting as educators, we aren't just looking around for a budget. We're actively seeking out their gaps in knowledge. We need to identify their pain points and real needs by asking questions that prompt active learning. We want to ask the kinds of questions that actually make the client rethink their own assumptions. Now for Section 3, the art of negotiation, Phase 2 of the deal lifecycle. Once those needs are diagnosed, negotiation becomes the ultimate balancing act. It serves as that critical bridge between discovery and the close. You're weighing two vital elements here: the client's position, which you just uncovered during discovery, versus the proposed terms. And guess what? The teaching continues right here. You are educating them on the inherent value of your terms while collaboratively adjusting things based on the realities of their position, all to find that perfect equilibrium. Which brings us to Section 4, closing the deal, the final phase of the deal lifecycle. Closing. This is the culmination of the entire sales arc we've been tracking, and it should feel like absolute finality. If you have successfully taught the client, executed a solid diagnostic discovery, and balanced their position with your terms, closing shouldn't be some frantic struggle or a gross hard sell. It is simply the logical, inevitable conclusion of the mutual understanding you've built together. Let's pull the whole shebang together. Here is the complete framework. It starts with that overarching mindset: teach client meetings. From there, you execute the phases in strict order: discovery calls, negotiation, and closing. Honestly, mastering this specific chronological sequence is exactly what prevents deals from falling apart right at the finish line. As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a direct challenge. Take a look at this framework and ask yourself, which of these three pillars is the weakest in your own client meetings? Is your discovery lacking diagnostic depth? Are your negotiations a bit unbalanced? Apply this pedagogical approach to your very next meeting. Treat it as a real opportunity to teach and just see how it transforms your results. Thanks for joining me today.